In this video, I would like to show you how to find length of arcs, such shapes. How do you find the length of arcs? To do that, let's first think of the circumference of a circle. The circumference is the length around the circle. This here is called circumference. Do you see it in green? This is the circumference of a circle, right? So we need to first know how to do that. So to do the circumference, you can do pi, you can do pi times the diameter. Do you know what's the diameter of the circle? The diameter is the length from one point on the circumference to another point on the circumference, passing through the center. This is called the diameter. So many times they will not give you the diameter, they will just give you the radius. For example, if we tell you this length is 5, this is the radius of the circle, it's 5. So the diameter is just 2 5s because this is also going to be 5. So it's 10. Then the circumference is going to be pi times the diameter, which is 5 plus 5, which is 10. And then the circumference is just 10 pi. And it's units. So if this is meters, this is going to be meters. If that's alright? This is it. Now what if I tell you this length is 5 centimeters? Find, in such case, it's not a full circle, so it's not called circumference anymore. It's called a length of an arc. This is an arc, and this is the length of an arc. So for this specific shape here, the half circle, the circumference or the length of this arc is going to be half of the circumference, isn't it? Yep. So what's the circumference? The circumference is pi times the diameter. So it's going to be 10 pi, because this is 5, that means this is 5. So the whole length is 10. And since this is a half circle, we just divide by 2. So the length of this arc is 5 pi. And then you can plug this in your calculator. It gives you the number if you want it. And sometimes they ask you just to write it like in terms of pi. So you leave it like this. Now, if you can please plug this in your calculator and tell me what's the answer in comments. Give your answer to 1 decimal place for this question. Now let's do some strange looking shapes. Oh, this is a quarter of a circle, isn't it? Yep. So if it's a quarter of a circle, we'll just divide by 4. So if the circumference, if the radius again is 5, if this is 5 units, can be meters, centimeters. Now if it's 5, then this length is going to be pi d divided by 4. So pi times the diameter, the diameter is 10 because the radius is 5, the diameter is 10. So it's 10 pi divided by 4. So it's 2.5 pi. And please plug this in your calculator and write the answer to 2 decimal places for this one. Now what did we get here? What's 2.5 pi? 2.5 pi is the length of this arc only. Sometimes in the exams they'll try to make it tricky. What they will ask you to do is they will ask you to find the perimeter. This is important, please. So to find the perimeter, you will add the length you got here plus this radius plus this radius. Why? Because the perimeter is when you add all the sides. So the perimeter is going to equal to 2.5 pi plus this radius, which is 5, plus this radius, which is 5. So that's going to give you 5 plus 5 is 10, so it's going to be 10 plus 2.5 pi, and it's easy to plug this in the calculator to get the answer. Let's look at this shape here. It's nice, isn't it? Now, the question here tells you this angle is 120. Let's write it red. Oh, it didn't change. So they tell you this angle here is 120. Find the length of this arc. To find the length in this case, you will do the following. Let's just move it a little bit. Yeah. To find the length, again, the circumference is pi times the diameter, isn't it? Now this is part of the circle, so if we do, this is 5, if we do pi times the diameter, which is going to be 10, is 10 pi. This is going to give you the whole circumference of a whole circle, but we want this specific part. In this case, you'll just multiply by the angle times 120 and divide that by 360, and that gives you the answer. So you'll just plug this in the calculator and you'll get the length of this arc. Now if they ask you to find the perimeter of this shape, you will add the length, which we already got, plus 5 plus 5. You get me? And that's it. So these are the type of questions you may expect. It's easy. It's usually calculate aloud. It just looks scary. You shouldn't get scared. Just be confident. You can do it. Now, if you do get this one, please try this question. I'm trying my best to draw it nicely. Goodness. Anyway, let's think of it as a circle. Alright? So this is 5 meters here. And this angle is 300. Find the length of this arc and post your answer in the comments. If you would really like it, then find the length of the arc and find the perimeter. And that's it for this video. Thank you for following. Bye.